the debate this evening. We have with us Tuhin Sinha of the BJP, Saurabh Shah, Ratan Sharda, Amit Satam, leader of the BJP, will soon be joined, I think, by Savio Rodriguez. I don't see him there on the screen. AASHUTOSH Srivastava, lawyer. Rohit Dev, geopolitical and defense analyst and a commentator. Welcome to all of you. And of course, General Bakshi is with us. Atul Bhatkalkar is with us. Thank you for staying on, Atul. Thank you for staying on. I'd like to start by asking Ratan Sharda about the larger issues that have now emerged. Now that this duo have been removed, what are the larger issues which emerge in Vazegate?
Who will take the final rap? Whether the government has enough decency to accept that they have goofed up, they have destroyed, some cases they have destroyed the credibility of the Maharashtra and Mumbai police itself. Look at the way it has happened. A flamboyant police inspector who was a Shiv Sena leader is brought back into the force. He parks his Mercedes in police commissioner's office. Nobody raises a question. If I come to your studio with a different car or with a fancy car, I'm sure somebody will note and tell what's going on. Nobody did it. He manipulates evidence. There is no action. His team tries to destroy the evidence by collecting CCTV and records. No action. If you say there is no politics, then I can't understand what is politics. You are investigating in the name of channel, not the channel that is accused in a complaint, but harassing an editor. You are arresting an editor against entire court orders. So does the government doesn't come into it? So some senior leader says, the linchpin of the alliance says, I'm not happy. They spread the news. By not being happy, are you stopping the police mission from turning into entire uncontrollable force? If this is not, if you arrest an editor in spite of the high court orders, then you say judiciary will take its own course. You say law will take its own course. So this sordid drama, the chilling drama that has happened, a man dies, police certifies a suicide. If this is the kind of police that Mumbai has, I am sorry they have destroyed entire credible evidence, entire credibility of the police force, these two people together. By removing them, it doesn't end. Where does the buck stop? Does Home Minister not know? If does not know, he does not deserve to be Home Minister. If he knew and let things happen, then again he should resign. It is a huge political issue. It's not just a law and order issue. There is a reminder for ordinary people like us that we should be very careful because they can turn rogue anytime. When Scotland Yard police turns into a gangster, we don't know where we are heading.
The point of great concern today, Savio, is that had this particular episode outside the Ambani house not happened, just imagine today all the same Lutyens media which used to worship him, publish him, put everything out, anything he put out, as long as it suited them, as long as it targeted Republic. All those people today are beginning to ask some questions. Oh, he was in the Shiv Sena, he had a political past, he's controversial, he possibly killed someone in custody. They're all remembering all that now. But they're remembering it now. My question is, Savio, had this Antilia incident not happened, imagine all that Sachin Vaze and Parambir would have got away with. Just imagine. Just imagine. It's unbelievable because they had the media with them, they had the Lutyens media with them, and the Lutyens media told them as long as you target Arnab and Republic, it's fine. As long as you target Republic, we are with you, don't worry, we'll cover up for you. Savio.
Well, actually, Arnab, the Lutyens media today and in the days to come will actually get a lot of egg on their face, rotten eggs on their face, when they should have been true to journalism for what journalism really is, to pursue the truth. All they did was target the Republic TV simply because Republic TV was doing better than them and people were gravitating to Republic TV. So in their personal vendetta, what has happened is that they've forgotten their role as journalists and started to act in a very devious manner, not supporting the truth, but supporting personal agendas. So I repeat, the Lutyens media has got rotten eggs on its face because it's not been true to its vocation. And they have made fools out of the vocation of being journalists. They ignored every fact of Sachin Vaze and put it
And
up
that's the
as
point.
a hero when
That's the
his
point.
past clearly shows
That's the
that
point.
there is questions.
That's the moot point. They made Sachin Vaze a hero. They put Parambir on air within seconds of a press conference, which the Supreme Court frowned on. They became partners in it. They will not like me for saying so today. Did they not enable? My question is today, General Bakshi, did they not enable Vaze and Parambir? Did this media not legitimize the actions of Sachin Vaze, who is now in NIA custody? Did they not indulge in an exercise to whitewash the wrongs of this Vaze and Parambir duo? Did they not do that, General Bakshi? Did they not do that? Did they not try to cover up?
Arnab, the role of the press is the fourth pillar of a democratic state. They are the watchguards of our rights. They will see that the Constitution is not violated. They will stand up for the underdog. That, I thought, was the journalism of courage. I'm very sorry, in recent times what I have seen is the journalism of cowardice. The moment you see there is a powerful set of perpetrators, criminals in uniform, running amok, being allowed to run amok, you cover and you hide. We kept on saying, look, if it is happening to Arnab today, tomorrow it will happen to you. Tomorrow it will happen to you. But these people just ducked.
No, but they were loving it.
Shameful.
General Bakshi, they were loving it.
Of courage.
They were loving it. They felt.
And they were part of it.
Of course they are cowards. Of course they're absolute cowards. They are cowards because Atul Bhatkalkar, they do not have the courage to take us on among the people of this country. So they were part of the conspiracy. They were part of a deep conspiracy. And that media which had a hotline with him, I think there should be an investigation into which are the newspaper owners, channel editors who spoke to these two individuals in the Mumbai police before the 8th of November. There has to be an investigation. The call data records must be taken out.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only they do not have courage, they wanted to hide their own sin with the help of Sachin Vaze and Parambir Singh in TRP issue. So they wanted to hide their own sin, and that's why they helped Sachin Vaze and they publish news against you just like an advertisement. Whatever they give, they publish it without checking facts. And so there is a collusion between this particular section of the media and this state government and Sachin Vaze and Parambir Singh.
But will that section of the media be punished? No, will that section of the media, Saurabh Shah, be punished?
They should be punished.
Yes, certainly. Certainly, Arnab, the Lutyens media has to pay for their sin.
Yes, Saurabh ji.
What I say is, first of all, let me celebrate this occasion with you. The person who did come to your house to arrest you is arrested. He himself is arrested. I have gone through the same process. The person who ordered my arrest for some case, some false case, after some months, I'm reading in the papers that he himself is arrested. The only difference was you were arrested by some very lowly police officer. I was privileged to have been arrested by some very big police officer. I would not like to name it here because it's irrelevant here. So I can feel your joy, your vindication. I can empathize with you, number one. Number two, Arnab, today, incidentally, I was just working on that emergency era book. And today itself, I just read the chapter on Ramnath Goenka. how he was arrested, how he was harassed by Indira Gandhi, by Sanjay Gandhi, and how Ramnathji fought that emergency accesses. The same parallel I am seeing, that express group of Ramnath Goenka and the Republic, you are facing much more and very powerful people. Ramnathji did the same. Ramnathji had to face the same. And how Ramnathji, again, after the emergency, how he became a hero. Today, I feel the same thing. Ramnathji, of course, was Ramnathji. Arnab Goswami is, of course, Arnab Goswami. But the media, when you speak the truth, the media which speaks the truth is always harassed by the government, by the people who do not like this media. And Ramnathji also had enemies like you in the media. The Lutyens media, the old lady of Boribandar, they were all against Ramnathji. At that time, the Lutyens media term was not quoted. But the big people of Delhi media, they were against Ramnathji. So what I feel is, the Lutyens media of now, we would not name, because if we start naming them, the whole show will get over. The Lutyens media and the particular decaying media, the largest group of media, what they are claiming, they have to pay for their sins. There has to be an inquiry on them. Why they were covering up Parambir Singh, why they were covering up Sachin Vaze. They made actually
That is the
hero
point.
out of these two people. Number three,
heroes
Arnab, I feel that the buck does not stop at Parambir Singh. It goes much higher, much higher. Uddhav Sarkar will have to investigate who is behind this, and if they fail, if this Maha Aghadi Sarkar, Maha Vikas Aghadi, if they fail, then NIA and other agencies will have to come down to this government's big people and investigate why the person who is against Sachin Vaze was killed, or he did suicide. Why it was did? Devendra Fadnavis has taken some very good steps in this evening's press conference from Delhi. Kirit Somaiya is doing excellent work on this research. Republic Media has done his greatest things in revealing Parambir Singh's and Sachin Vaze's misdeeds. What I feel is that, as people say, this is the tip of the iceberg only. The days will come when we will see that who Parambir Singh was reporting to. Was it somebody in the government? Was it somebody outside the government? I don't see this as a simple case of blackmailing the Ambanis. No, it is not. There are some very big people involved in this.
Yeah.
They have made a sacrifice of Parambir Singh by shunting him outside of the Mumbai territory and putting in some Home Guards department. But as the days come, NIA is doing excellent search on this. As the days come, we will come to realize that why they put a false TRP case on you and your channel, why they threaten you in the jail, why they are threatening you, your staff, your managers, your top people, your journalists, including Pradeep Bhandari, who is no more with you, but he is our sympathizer. So all these links has to come out. They will come out, and congratulations to NIA. They are doing excellent work, Arnab.
Yes. Yeah, I thank you so much, thank you so much. And we're getting a lot of calls into the newsroom tonight, I must say. Amit Satam, Savio, a lot of calls into the newsroom. Everyone's saying, we want to speak to you. We want to open up the phone lines. I'm facing so much pressure tonight. So I think I'll do that because I'd like to hear from you. So I'll open up the phone lines. Can we just put up the number on the screen, please? That's 6243-1010. Call me now. You want to speak to me? Call me now. Amit, Amit, deeper
I
connections, everyone's talking about it. They are saying the complicity between the media and this group. Yes, Amit, these are,
I
you know,
think, Arnav,
the fact
all
is that
these people-
this media was giving reputational cover and clout to these two people, Parambir and Sachin Vaze. They're
I
working
think
in collusion
all
with
those
them.
People from that particular section of media are equally responsible as those people in the government. Let me tell this to you, Arnav. If Parambir Singh and Sachin Vaze were directed by their political masters, those section of the media who was sympathizer of Parambir Singh and Sachin Vaze are equally responsible for this mess today. Let me tell you with responsibility that the Mumbai police has never ever seen such a law since the formation of the state of Maharashtra since 1960. In the last 61 years, I think this is the biggest law that the Mumbai police is seeing. If you are finding a black Mercedes car which was used by Sachin Vaze with that checked shirt, with those 5 lakh rupees, with that note counting machine in the premises of the police commissioner's office, in the compound of the police commissioner's office. And let me tell you that Sachin Vaze and Parambir Singh are just first links to this particular chain. There are bigger people involved. There are people in the government who are involved. And of course, this will be exposed if you go into the Telegram chats, the WhatsApp chats, the CDR records of Sachin Vaze. Who were those people in the government and leaders of Shiv Sena?
And in fact,
You see, Arnab,
Savio, also hearing now that there will be an investigation into the links between and the conversations between this Parambir and Sachin, these two, with certain media owners and editors. And apparently there were lots of conversations just preceding the 8th of November press conference of Parambir Singh. And that also reveals that if there was a fake case that was being put, it was obviously being put under instructions. Now, were the instructions political or from the media? That's another aspect which really needs to be looked at, because was a cannibalistic section, and the only word for this Lutyens group is cannibalistic section of the media conniving with them.
You see, Arnab, the most shocking aspect is the reinstatement of Sachin Vaze, a controversial officer who was suspended, and it's been 16 years. And his reinstatement happens overnight, number one. Number two, when you speak to certain senior officers at the Mumbai police, most of them had complaints of the proximity that Sachin Vaze and Parambir Singh had. I mean, Sachin Vaze and API was almost outranking all senior officers at the Mumbai police because of his close connection with Parambir Singh.
Yeah.
Now, how does an API develop such a close relationship unless he's got political patronage? That's exactly the political patronage that he has. So who are the politicians behind Sachin Vaze that worked on an overnight reinstatement of a suspended officer who's accused of a death of a person in police custody? Which were the political people? Because it cannot happen otherwise. Parambir Singh does not have the protocol to actually call that. Exactly. The crime intelligence unit.
Assistant police inspector, crime intelligence
A
unit.
tainted police officer,
inspector. He is not even a police inspector. He is one grade below police inspector.
Correct.
He was made the head of crime intelligence unit. At whose
I agree
behest
completely.
and on whose instruction?
So how can this be unanswered? The Chief Minister of Maharashtra must come out and explain this, because it raises question. The Home Minister
will not come out and
must
explain.
answer this
He will
because
not
it
come out and
raises
explain.
serious questions. Nobody has to. Because the
He
entire
said that
Mumbai city is
said
under
that Vaze
such
is not
actions of the
Laden.
government.
He said Vaze is not Laden. Laden is a declared, announced terrorist.
But Vaze's behavior...
Vaze is a criminal in the uniform of police.
Vaze's behavior with gelatin sticks outside Ambani's residence is nothing short of an act of terrorism. That is why NIA is investigating.
Yeah. You know, when he came to my home, when he violated the premises of my residence, and I say violated, I feel a person like Sachin Vaze
Of course,
violates every space he enters. I must say today that I feel that he violated my home. When he came in, and I'm saying this, Savio, Ashutosh, when he assaulted me,
Yeah.
and when he, along with that person who is also now being investigated for this terror murder charge, a man called Riaz Qazi, when he held me
Yeah.
by my belt, and when he kicked me,
yes.
and when he pulled me into the elevator, and I remember that
Yeah.
day when he assaulted me in the elevator and on the way, I know that a section of the jealous, envious, incompetent Latvians media was celebrating. Today I want to say the joke is not on you. The country's fingers are pointed at you, Latvians. You cowards. You people with a cannibalistic intent. And I'm saying this metaphorically. I hope you have the intelligence to understand. But I'm putting it on record today that those people were celebrating, Rohit. Oh, they were celebrating. They were promising exclusive interviews to this duo. There were corporations in cahoots with them. And therefore, I think there needs to be a serious investigation into the role of the media in perpetuating these unlawful activities, not just on me or on my network, but on the people of this country. The biggest scandal.
Yeah.
The scandal is on them, Tuhin. You're
No,
hearing
no,
me
India
tonight, Tuhin and
agreed.
Ashutosh.
India
Please come into the
jealousy.
debate.
Yes,
Please come into the
Yes,
debate as I prepare to open up the phone lines.
Yeah. Undoubtedly.
When you were illegally detained for 8
Ashutosh,
days,
is that Rohit?
let me
Yes,
say this on your show
Arnav.
today.
Tuhin is on the
Let
debate.
me,
Tuhin.
yeah.
Right,
Arnab,
right.
let me say this on your show today that when you were illegally detained for 8 days, I was really worried for your safety. I used to pray every day because there was some intuition that your life was in danger. And on 5th of March, when Hiren Mansukh dead body was discovered in this manner, I only prayed to God again that he kept you safe. We have always heard the term Mafia Raj, but in the last 1 year, I have experienced this firsthand. I have experienced this firsthand in Maharashtra. There was a time in October when I would be cautioned before coming to your show. I would be told that a list is being made of all those people who speak on your show. So be careful, don't go to that show. This is the state of affairs that these people have reduced Maharashtra to. Compromised officers like Sachin Vaze and Parambir Singh, who go out of their way to appease their masters, are a threat to national security, and this has only been proved in the Ambani fake terror case. But the catch over here still remains Hiren Mansukh's death, which is still, NIA has still not taken over that. And I'm sure a lot of wily secrets are going to come out. The buck really stops with the CMO. He needs to come out and make a statement. Why is he silent till now? The Home Minister of Maharashtra is the biggest embarrassment that Maharashtra has ever seen.
Yeah. And Arnav.
Absolutely. Well, there's a well-oiled machinery operating. Ashutosh,
Arnav.
a well-oiled machinery operating. Should I open the phone lines now? Rohit, you want to say something first? Yeah, 1 second.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, Ashutosh.
Yes, I want to say that undoubtedly it's a very, very serious concern. The way a police official in the NIA investigation has been found to use such kind of a vehicle, and the quantity of the explosives which were available at the place of
opening 1 minute.
well-known businessman. It is obviously a very serious concern, and I feel even the Bombay High Court in the yesterday's and the day before's hearing has put its concern about the press conference being organized by the Commissioner of Police, and has asked as to what were the circumstances
which prompted to have the press conference, that too by the Commissioner of Police, for have that about the TRP scam or anything like that. So obviously, I feel that this NIA is going into the right direction by investigating, and that will clarify as to where this thread is going. Who are all the people behind it? Whether these are the only people involved.
Absolutely.
In such kind of,
Absolutely. And Ashutosh, 1 minute. I also want to get Rohit here tonight. A lot of support coming in, viewers. I'm going to open up the phone lines in just 1 bit. But I appeal to my admirers in the Lutyens media. I appeal to you tonight. Rohit, I'm making an appeal on television to all those who love me so much in the Lutyens media tonight. At least have the decency of standing with your closest friends. And let me tell Lutyens media, to a wonderful director, I want to place on the screen tonight 2 sets of visuals. One of the mysterious man in the PPE suit, and one of Parambir coming down the stairs tonight. And I want to tell you, if we can have that 50-50 on the screen, Rohit, I appeal to the Lutyens media, don't hide, don't scurry away, don't obfuscate. We show the pictures 50-50 on the screen. Please stand with your closest friends, especially the channel named in the FIR. Remember, the channel named in the FIR. Everybody knows, viewers, do you know it's going to come out very soon, the channel named in the FIR in the TRP case, which was being protected by Parambir, protected by him. Stand with your friends, Lutyens media, and your greatest friend, number 1 on the left-hand side of your screen, Lutyens media. Come on now. Come on now. All the people, the man there in the PPE suit, large handkerchief, oversized kurta pajama. That man is your best friend, number 1. His name is Sachin Vaze. Lutyens media, come on, stand with your friend tonight. And on the right-hand side of your screen, Parambir Singh giving him covering fire every moment. The person exclusive on all your networks. Because what he said and did suited your convenience. Parambir Singh, come on, Lutyens media, stand with them tonight. Yes, Rohit, you wanted to say something. General Bakshi just coming to you, opening the phone lines in just 1 minute. Rohit.
Arnab, in the Swachh Bharat mission, you needed a mop. But to clear this cabal and the evil nexus, you need a broomstick. And I will present to you today the MOP. M is a message of all your well-wishers. Before I came on show for the last 3 hours, they wanted me to convey to you that we are with you. Observation is, I see 3 levels of parking today, Arnab, in our country, which we call respected. One is simple respected. One is respected thug. Thug is the category where all these people and the cabal who were conniving against you might fall. They may have jealousy, they may have motive, but they may not be criminals. The last parking level which I see today in this mansion is the respected criminals. These criminals whom you flashed on the screen will soon be proven by ample evidence, and their connections to the world they were trying to protect, the deep state. With the arrest of this person, the keys to the evil gates of the deep state have been opened. There will be a whole lot of evidence flowing out, right from right from Dawood, right from people across in Dubai who fund, right from somebody called Alter News on the media which tries to swindle against you. They all will be held to account. I only want to say one more last 10-second point, Arnab. What you are doing, what your team under you is doing, and what we are doing with you is to foster a feeling in the youth and the citizen of the day that you don't have to cow down. You don't have to succumb to pressures. You have to rise to seek the truth, and you have to fight for your right. And that is the way it will go in New India. That is the way it will go in the Atmanirbhar India, which has got enough confidence in the heart it carries. So let's go in that mission, and we are all with you, and you should be with us to support this mission, Arnab, as the probably the only anchor today, and I hope many more join you in the days to come.
Absolutely, and one little aside on the side, I want to say this. Someone told me that there's a reporter, that this reporter claimed that she wears my shoes. There's a reporter, she claims she wears my shoes. I wear my own shoes. I carry my shoes with me on flights, in hotel rooms, wherever I stay. My shoes are with me, don't worry. But that reporter must explain his or her extreme confidence in Sachin Vaze and Parambir Singh. I just say that. That reporter must explain his or her extreme confidence, faith, trust. The reporter who says that he or she wears my shoes. My shoes are with me, I don't walk barefoot. Though I must say that on the day when Parambir sent Sachin Vaze to take me from my house, I was taken barefoot and I walked barefoot into the court in Alibag. I walked barefoot. I was proud to walk barefoot because I was not allowed to wear my shoes. And Sachin Vaze said to me when we were going down the elevator, and later he said, now we'll treat you with the right shoes. Sahi joote dikhayenge aapko was what he said to me. Sachin Vaze. I wear my shoes.
Shame.
But that reporter,
Really shame.
who has so much trust and confidence in the garbage thrown at him or her by Sachin Vaze and Parambir Singh, he or she must know I wear my shoes, but he or she must explain why they have so much trust and confidence in Parambir Singh and Sachin Vaze. Don't you think, viewers? Tell me what you think. GD Bakshi, please. Sorry, sir. GD Bakshi.
They have lived a manipulated life all through, Arnab.
You know, Arnab, at the level of national security, I am deeply concerned. We are deeply concerned because you know, the IAS, the IPS are national level institutions. We now find sections of the IPS, sections of the bureaucracy getting beholden to local satraps, trying to cock a snook at New Delhi. That is dangerous signs of a new and very, very risky provincialism coming up. Please, at the national level, at the level of national security, we have to introspect and look deep. These are India level institutions that we created. The armed forces, the bureaucracy, the police services, the intelligence services. These are not the fiefdoms of every state, of every little province. These are national institutions. This is a national steel frame. It cannot be allowed to degenerate. It cannot become a localized mafia.
Okay.
Trying to
Absolutely,
impose
sir.
emergency 2.0
Absolutely, sir.
without any authority. Without any authority or any political, you know,
And I want to
clearance
also-
or backing or any political legitimacy. This is dangerous, Arnab. There
Yes,
are
sir.
sections of the police.
I
which
also want to
think
add one more
they are
point.
above the law.
Just a point. I'm not making
The
any
police
insinuations, but I would like to say,
institution is becoming now under question. We
no,
need
sir, it won't be,
cops
sir.
like
There are many
JK.
fine officers in this
We need
country.
cops like
There are
JK.
many fine officers. I still say the Mumbai police is fantastic, and I am sure the new commissioner will clean things up. I'd like to open the line since Brigadier Raghavan's still on the line with me. I know he's been waiting for 10 to 15 minutes. Brigadier Raghavan, are you there? I want to really hear from the viewers tonight. I want to speak to you. If there was ever a night when I wanted to speak to you, tonight's the night. Brigadier Raghavan, how are you, sir? Good to talk to you again.
Oh, Arnab,
What do you think of this Vaze gate? Isn't the biggest shame?
Yeah, Arnab, yeah, just a few minutes. Then Bakshi sir, just give me a few moments, please. Hearty congratulations, Arnab. My joy and happiness knows no bound. I'm just
Thank you.
delighted. I'm echoing the sentiments of all the Arnab warriors across the length and breadth of our country. I feel so very happy that the wrong has been righted today. We all say Satya Meva Jayate, and today truth has won. What we are all shell-shocked is, how is it
Yes,
the
sir.
Assistant Police Inspector Vaze derives the power to run riot in one of the costliest and the commercial capital of India. So, like you say, whenever we used to open that newspaper,
Yes,
all
sir.
the all the news reports being put out by Vaze used to cover in the first and the second page of this prominent newspaper, and we all used to feel really, really very, very bad about it. And like you said, all these newspapers, all the channels are not covering this today. They all have gone into deafening silence.
No, they can't. They're hiding, sir. They're hiding, sir.
You have stood like a rock of Gibraltar. I remember the way they entered into your house, the way they picked you up, the way they took you. My goodness, I was wondering whether I'm living in India, in a democratic country, or one of those despotic rulers ruling India. Today, I feel I'm with you, and every person across the length and breadth of the country, Arnab, is with you. I'm sure we all are going to see Arnab and Republic flying its flag high. And in all the regional channels, we are going to dominate.
Thank you,
We're all praying for you, Arnab.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Won the battle.
Thank you,
long
sir.
way to go. Good luck and all the best. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir.
You know, he sought
Sir,
me
the
out,
country
sought
will
my
win,
number.
sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Brigadier
Besieged
Raghavan
with
sought
calls.
my number, called me up and said he was very
Yes,
worried
Ratan.
about you. So he said, what are you doing? Such was his affection that he sought out my number to worry about you and asked me how you at that time. So you have such wonderful following, such trust. That is the tribute to a journalist after a long time. People have the trust which journalism had lost for such a long time. And I remember at that time I had warned the media in Delhi, the Latvian media, that those who are keeping silent now could be facing the same trouble in other states. So to feel that you're out of the circle and let Arnab suffer actually was directly attack on media. We didn't realize. I hope they realize it now.
Yeah. Well, I think my team is very strong. Every member of the Republic team is extremely strong. They are the Rock of Gibraltar. I have wonderful friends. I have a wonderful, wonderful family. And I think that eventually all of us also have the blessings of the Lord Almighty. I'm a little, the blessings of the Lord Almighty are also with us. A lot of calls tonight. Sandeep is calling from Mumbai. Sandeep, hi. Arnab here. How are you, Sandeep?
Yeah, I'm terrific, Arnab. Today is the day where I literally feel that we should celebrate. The reason why, because I feel that we all got the justice for the injustice done to you and to the people of India. The way the whole episode was treated against the fake TRP case, and the entire thing was planted in certain media, So I want to extend the point what you said about the role of the media, In contemporary India, role of media is imperative. And when media become charlatan, they need to be debunked. They can't run this, their street propaganda like this and demonize people. And the last thing I just want to, it's my feeling that, I don't know whether I'm extra bold to ask this, but, they made your WhatsApp chat open to public. Nothing came out if you came out as a hero. Now, can we appeal that these animals who have been caught, these people who have been caught, now because of the incriminating evidence, can we open their chats to public and let public find out who these real people are and their clandestine involvement with everybody, for the political masters, maybe a terror link. We need to investigate this because it's not about Arnab itself. It's now a question of national security. So that's my submission, Arnab.
I agree with you, Sandeep, and I agree with you, Sandeep, and you know what the Republic Media Network has gone through. You know that this shot we just played. Can we stay with the pictures, please, Anand? This shot just played. Ghanshyam, my friend, my colleague, my brother, Assistant Vice President, Republic Media Network, had a mask put over his face. You saw the picture there. Saurabhji, are you seeing the pictures? We were treated like this. Sachin Vaze thought he would break our spirit. We were treated like this. By a man being accused of terrorism, Ghanshyam was treated like this. You know, even now, my colleagues go to the police station and the courts. We are made to go there. You know, we were treated like this, and I think we are so blessed. We are so blessed. People are saying today to us, Saurabh ji, that you have come through unscathed. We are so happy for you. But I think the truth must win, and those in the right must win.
Yes, Arnab,
And the other point is that we will not be blackmailed. But yes, I will openly go and fight and expose that media which was a part of Sachin Vaze and Parambir's plan.
You
and
must.
Arnab, that is the
We have to, Saurabh. This is now a fight for the good.
Arnab,
Yes, Toin.
Arnab,
Arnab, that
this
is
is
the
the day.
Toin and Saurabh.
just a quick point. That is the
All of us, the non-luteins media, the truth-speaking and the truth-seeker media, we were all waiting for this day when the persons who are behind maligning Republic and Arnab will be caught red-handed, almost red-handed. Parambir Singh's exit from the police commissioner's office, the way he's looking down, he's ashamed of himself. And Sachin Vaze is actually nobody. But because of the government, because of the Parambir Singh, he was made a hero. And today, Lutyens media is actually silent.
Yeah,
one larger point.
The person,
One larger point,
the lady
Arnab.
who claims to be in your shoes is
One
not
larger
speaking
point,
anything.
One larger point, Arnab.
Yes, Toin.
One larger point, while we all stand
Yes.
with you, I think you must go out of the way now to expose the mystery of the note counting machine. What was the note counting machine for? Hawala money?
Yes.
Or the extortion money? Is that what the police is doing in Maharashtra today? I think the mystery of the note counting machine is where a lot of things would actually tumble out. That is where the political mentors, were they aware of the note counting machine, that the police officers in Mumbai are carrying note counting machines in their cars? This is what Mumbai has been reduced to under the Sagadi. I think that is something which needs to be exposed, and I appeal to you to really get
What
to
a
the
shame.
of the thing.
What a shame.
This Uddhav Sarkar has
I'd like to stay with the phone lines. I'm told a lot of calls in.
Uddhav Sarkar has actually maligned police force.
Who do I take next?
Otherwise, our police officers in Mumbai police office, they are compared with the Scotland Yard. But after coming of this Uddhav Sarkar, they have maligned the
Okay, we have Dr. Venkatesh from Hyderabad. Can I? Hi, Dr. Venkatesh. How are you?
People like
Dr. Venkatesh, how are you?
Fine. I'm very, very fine.
Dr. Venkatesh, how are you? Few minutes on the show. How are you, sir?
I'm
Good to
fine.
talk
I'm
to you.
fine. And dearest Arnav, today I have to tell you this. Since a very long time, I wanted to connect to you.
Yes.
And today is the day. We all have won. And on the day when Parambir came on news channels talking all rubbish about Republic, that was the day we stopped seeing other channels. And actually, I called up our service provider and told them to remove all the channels except Republic and Doordarshan. In my house, only these two channels play. This is not about love and affection towards, I don't know, that is always there.
Thank you.
It is always there and it will always be there. What we have learned from you is how to rise above. Hats off to you with all those problems which are going on in your head. Every night you used to come with a cheer on your face, with a smiling face, and you used to conduct all those beautiful debates in spite of all those things happening at the back of you. And as per your promise, you brought us Republic Bangla. We could not see it on our news, on our service providers, Airtel. So it was very, very bad. But anyway, we switched on to your Republic TV and we could see you there. Today evening, my wife called me. I was at work in the hospital. My wife called me. She said, today you had to celebrate. I said, okay, what for? She said, Parambir is shifted out of Bombay from his post as a commissioner of police. I mean, today, you are an inspiration to everybody.
Yeah.
And what else I can say? We have been for different professions.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing today, Dr. Venkatesh. Dr. Venkatesh, I want to tell you one thing. I want to tell you one thing.
Yeah.
And don't mind, I will not name, but there is one media group which says it's a very big media group.
Yeah.
It made its executives write long emails saying Arnab is a scamster.
Oh, who will believe
Why?
that, sir?
Because Parambir and Vaze have told us.
Let me tell you
Don't,
something.
no, let me complete. They said Arnab is a scamster because Parambir and Vaze have told us don't advertise. And you know the funny thing is that most of these people called us back and they said, have you seen this silly and stupid and vicious email this media group has sent us? They are quoting Parambir and Vaze to say that you are a Hawala operator, you are a scamster, but we are going to advertise more with you. So they have tried every trick. Every trick.
One last thing.
We float on the hope and faith of people like you, Dr. Venkatesh. We don't fly alone. I don't fly solo.
Can I say one?
And
Can I say one last thing?
I have never flown solo, but your words mean a lot to me tonight.
Can I say one last thing? Because I don't know when again I'll get a chance to speak to you.
Yes.
Yeah, one last thing I want to tell you. When all the so-called media houses were against you, we know it was very painful for all of us. I know personally what you would have gone through. It is such a big, bad thing that happened in independent India. What we realized is how to get over those problems with the sheer guts. And I know we are very proud of you. I can say nothing more than this. You have been, we have read about all the freedom fighters, everybody.
Thank you.
But today, you have been one of our freedom fighters. You are fighting for freedom of media, freedom of people, freedom of every denomination in this country. The last person
I'm not
standing.
sir, I'm doing this with a lot of, sir, I tell you, I'm doing this with a lot of support, sir. I remember when, I've discovered so much. And I know, but I remember, when I was even in jail, then, Ratan Sharda, everyone, Savio, all of us on the screen, especially General Bakshi, Saurabh Shah, General Bakshi went to meet the president, I think put in a petition there. So we float on the hope and confidence of people. But the most important thing is that we will not crumble, General Bakshi. We will not crumble. We will not die. We will not be finished. And when I say we, I mean all of us. This assault was on all of us. Wasn't it?
Arnab, you said in your show that
it is assault on all of us, General Bakshi.
I agree.
You said you were assaulted, Arnab. You were violated.
Absolutely.
Right?
100%.
You were not violated, Arnab. The violation was of the people of this country, the conscience of this country, and also the youth of the country. It was not you getting violated or your family getting violated or your channel only getting violated. We felt violated. The conscience, the collective conscience of this country felt violated. And now the time has come for a payback. And I don't know Bengali so much, but you're sitting in Bangla channel. Let me just say one word. I may be absolutely wrong in my language. Ab khela hobe. Now the time has begun, and now the clock will be unwound, and the noose will be tied on the anti-nationals who have worked against the national interest, and in doing so,
I'm grateful
tried to crush the voice of the people of the country through your channel. And that will happen, Arnab, and that will happen too soon for people to realize. And I wish you and the channel all the best. Last but not the least, Savio, I requested you to share the number of Arnab.
I'd like to give, I know Amit is there, but I'd like to give Amit, with your permission, I'd like to give General Bakshi the last word today.
Arnab, while this country
Arnab, all that I'd like to say and tell the people of this country is, Arnab and the Republic, you are not individuals. You are an institution. You represent the freedom of the press, and in doing so, you represent our freedom, our distinction as a democracy. We are not Xi Jinping's, totalitarian state. We are not a banana republic like Pakistan. We are a free country, and we are free because we have a free press. We have you. We have courageous people who can stand up to tyrants, who can stand up to the mobsters and say that our heads may be battered, they will not be bowed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. in gratitude, in solidarity, and in a common belief that together we build a greater nation, a greater and greater nation. I thank you for being with us tonight. See you tomorrow at 9. Good night and goodbye.